Hello everyone, John here, and welcome to Game Exposure. This is the first of many videos that I'll be posting on the channel regarding anything and everything video games related, especially Smash. In this video series, we'll be talking in depth about one of Nintendo's most popular IPs, Super Smash Bros. We'll go through a variety of topics regarding certain known things in the Smash universe, as well as many Nintendo franchises and third-party companies to validate the rationality of theories and make educated guesses in order to further understand Smash as a whole and what's to come. In this video, we'll be going over what playable characters, non-playable characters, and mobs are, and what qualifies them to be representatives of other franchises in Smash. And with that, let's get started. There are a variety of ways to represent or symbolize something in the real world, like a country's flag or the fuel light popping up on your dashboard letting you know you're low on gas. Hashtag my life. In Smash, for instance, gaming series are represented through things like items, music scores, stages, trophies, and characters. In order to understand what playable characters, non-playable characters, and mobs are and what qualifies them to be representatives, we'll look at character representation as a whole. A character is an imaginary person represented in a work of fiction that has certain capacities or attributes such as reason, morality, consciousness, or self-consciousness. A representative is someone who serves as a portrayal or symbol of something. In Smash, representatives are characters who symbolize the series they originated from, the series they appear in, an art style of the series, and so on. These characters are known as character representatives or character reps. There are three types of character reps. There are playable character reps, or PC reps, non-playable character reps, or NPC reps, and mob reps. Before we get into how these characters are representatives, let's talk about what each type of character is. In video games, PCs are characters whose actions are directly controlled by someone playing the game. NPCs are characters that are controlled and generated by the game, typically through scripted means, as well as the AI. They are characters the gamer interacts with throughout the game. Interaction covers the gamut from plot-advancing conversations to regular commerce to get the next best sword. NPCs are often distinguished by having distinct personalities and dialogue, whereas a PC is meant as more of an extension of the player themselves. In some games, particularly RPGs, NPCs are also used to refer to characters under the control of, but not generated by the player. Think of the companion party members in the Mass Effect series for an example. You can't generate their movement, but you can give them commands on what to do through means such as exchanging dialogue or command inputs during battle. With that, NPCs can be used as a plot device to advance the storyline, assist the gamer as a partner, serve as save points, item stores, health regeneration points, and so on. Mobs, short for mobiles, are similar to NPCs as they are controlled by the computer and not generated by a PC. They do not interact with the PCs as NPCs do. They're commonly referred to as either a single character or a multitude of characters in a group as, well, a mob. NPCs and mobs can be controlled by the system's AI, however, they can also be implemented with state machines and/or decision trees. Mobs are typically seen as enemies who fight against the PC, and by enemies, I mean people who are actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. For example, enemy units are not necessarily NPCs, as blasting, slashing, bombing, and sniping are not really interactions in any sense. To be clear, enemies can be PCs, NPCs, or mobs, as it is merely a description of something. Whether something should be considered an enemy would depend on the context of the player playing the game and the situation that the player is in. For instance, in a PvP game, the other PCs that you are engaging would be considered your enemy. Mobs aren't exclusively enemies, as they can be harmless rats scurrying around on the ground, as they are not necessarily hostile against PCs or NPCs. Also, these rats wouldn't be considered NPCs as they are not interactive in their nature. There are a lot of misconceptions on the terms NPC and mobs. Some say that NPCs and mobs are one and the same. Others say that mobs are just a subsection of NPCs because they are characters that are non-playable. Though the latter is true, neither one is the case, as plainly NPCs interact with players and mobs do not. That's the big difference between NPCs and mobs, whether they can interact with another PC or NPC. In a perfect world, NPCs would be referred to as interactive non-playable characters, or INPCs, and mobs would be referred to as non-interactive non-playable characters, or NINPCs. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. Though the rephrased terms would help clear up the confusion, it does become a mouthful, even in the abbreviated sense. Now that we know what PCs, NPCs, and mobs are, let's talk about each of them in regard to representatives. Throughout Smash history, many things, such as trophies and stickers, represented PCs, NPCs, and mobs from other gaming series, where they were considered either interactive as PCs or NPCs, or non-interactive as mobs. PC reps are playable characters who pass the representative guidelines. In Smash, PC reps are better known as fighters. Anyone or anything could potentially become a PC rep. This includes NPCs, mobs, and even items, as they can be given life and uniqueness in Smash or whatever game they're in, as long as they still fall under the PC and representative guidelines after they are fully implemented in the game. NPC reps and mob reps are non-playable characters who pass the representative guidelines. NPC reps are different from regular NPCs, as they don't have to necessarily interact with the gamer. They merely represent the series they came from, where those characters were considered, at some point in their history, interactive as NPCs. This is not the same for a PC rep, as the representative must be playable in the game they are currently in. For us, that game would be Smash. NPC and mob reps appear as many things in Smash. They can appear as items, like any variety of Pokemon from Pokeballs, and assist trophies like the burrowing Snagret or Waluigi.
I will remember you. It's time to jump up in the air.
They can appear as taunts, like Mario's new side taunt, featuring Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey, or Puka from Dig Dug, in the form of one of many sprites from Pac-Man's Up Taunt, the Namco Roulette, which produces sprites of classic Namco items, characters, and enemies. They can appear as character moves / abilities like Flood from Super Mario Sunshine, in the form of Mario's down special,
Hello darkness, my old friend.
or Gordo from the Kirby series, in the form of King Dedede's neutral special. They can appear alongside a PC rep as companions, like the Pikmin that Olimar pulls out of the ground, or the Waddle-Doos and Waddle-Dees that King Dedede throws in Brawl. They can appear as background characters in stages, like the Fairy Queen on Pac-Land from the Pac-Man series, or the Buzzy Beetle on Mushroom Kingdom from the Mario universe. They can appear as stage hazard / bosses, like Metal Face on Gower Plain from Xenoblade Chronicles, or the large Bonsai Bill on the Princess Peach's Castle stage from the Mario universe. NPCs can appear as Easter eggs, such as when Snake talks about other fighters through his codec messaging on Shadow Moses Island, with a support team consisting of Mei Ling, Otacon, or Colonel Roy Campbell. Even Slippy from the Star Fox universe can hop on the wireless.
What are you, some kind of frog?
NPC and mob reps can appear as platforms in stages, like the large turtle from The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask in the Great Bay stage, the King of Lions, the small red boat on the pirate ship stage from The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, and Bulborb on the Distant Planet stage from the Pikmin series, which doubles as a stage hazard. They can be found in certain alternate costumes / skins / colors, like the Spiny hat gear for Mii fighters, which resembles the shell of a Spiny from the Mario universe. Bayonetta's ult, featuring the color scheme of Jean, the former heiress to the Umbra Witches and Bayonetta's best friend and rival from the Bayonetta series. Or Link's fierce deity ult from the Legend of Zelda series. Finally, it's important to note that NPC and mob reps do not include fighter ults like the Koopalings or Alf, as each of them are unique from the fighter they're based off of and fall under the PC rep guidelines. With that said, what's your guys' thoughts on PCs, NPCs, and mobs, and how they are represented in Smash? Are there other topics you think I should cover with the Smash Analysis series, Smash in general, or other video games? Let me know in the comment section below, and be sure to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, John out.